Hi, and welcome to PraDa Law Live. I'm your host for today's show, Jackie Mendez. We have a great show for you guys today. And before I introduce our attorneys, I'd like to remind you there's a number on the screen, 888-88-LEGAL. And I want you guys to know the consultation is free. The call is free. You can call at any time during this program. And let's go ahead and introduce our attorneys. First up, we have Javier Rodriguez.
Good evening. Great to be here.
Next up, we have attorney Alexis Garcia.
Hello, Jackie. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
And of course, our attorney Jennifer Pratt.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be touching on bankruptcy law and workman's comp. And I'm going to go ahead and let Jennifer take it away.
Thank you, Jackie. That's right. This is one of our favorite shows here. This is our free show. So all the cases we're going to be talking about this evening are cases where you do not have to pay anything up front. And the only way our law firm gets compensated is if we're able to collect money for you. We're talking personal injury, any sorts of car accident, premises liabilities, dog bites, any case where you have been injured. And more specifically, if you've been injured at work, then we're talking workers' compensation. We're also talking about labor cases wherein someone has not been paid the minimum wage, whether it's at the state level, the federal level, and as well if you haven't been paid overtime or you're not getting paid regularly. We're here to discuss all these cases. But before we begin, we want to remind you once again, the number's on the screen, 888-88-LEGAL. The first consultation is free. Attorney Garcia,
Yes.
You're looking lovely today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Something different about you today.
The waves.
Looking great. Let's start off with you, Attorney Garcia. I know that your forte, everyone knows she's our bankruptcy attorney at the law firm, but today you're in for Attorney Damas, and you're going to be talking to us briefly about labor.
Correct.
You know, one of the things that came up for one of my friends recently, she started a new job and she was supposed to get paid on Friday and she didn't get paid on Friday, and the employer said, well, you know, we'll pay you at the next payroll period. You know, I know that the federal code talks a bit about not only getting paid your minimum and overtime if you are eligible, but also getting paid on time. And I think that this is an issue that a lot of people actually have with their employers, and it goes, you know, not discussed as much.
Right. No, that's absolutely true. What your employer will set the structure of how they want to pay. You know, it's not mandated to pay biweekly. There's no mandate to pay monthly. You know, your employer sets that structure up, but he has to let you know when you're hired. You know, you will receive a weekly paycheck. You will receive twice a month or biweekly, whatever it may be. And it's important that he sticks to that. So yeah, your friend should definitely come in and, you know, we can look over her case, his or her case, to see, you know, what we can do, but you definitely don't have to wait. If it's payday, you are set to receive your funds.
Excellent. Alexis Garcia, one of our great attorneys here at PraDa Law. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we want to remind you, there is a number on your screen, 888-88-LEGAL. Please call in. Again, the consultation is free. You really don't have anything to lose.
That's right. And talking about checks, Attorney Rodriguez can tell us a little bit about some of the checks that you may be entitled to, that you may be foregoing right now if you've been injured on the job. Correct, Attorney Rodriguez?
That's right. That's right. If you can't work because of your injuries, you're entitled to get weekly checks from the insurance company. So while you're at home, recovering, going to the doctors, the insurance companies have to send you checks every week to your house. And those are tax-free payments to compensate you for your injuries. And we're talking about a little bit of overtime and wages. That's another thing that we'll do here, is to make sure those checks that you receive are paid correctly. A lot of times, these insurance companies won't take the extra time to go through the payroll records to make sure you're getting paid the exact amount of monies that you're owed. So when you have an attorney review your file, review your payroll records, and we can prove that they did that wrong, not only are they going to owe you the checks, they're going to owe you penalties, interest, and also pay your attorney's fees for us having to do that. So again, these consultations are free. It's the free show because the only way we get paid is if we recover monies on your behalf. So it's important that you call 888-88-LEGAL and call us today.
That's right. Let us do that work for you. Let us, you know, dig deep, make sure that you're getting the amount of money that you deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're here at PraDa Law Live, and we have our amazing attorneys. There's a number on your screen. You can give us a call, 888-88-LEGAL. The consultation's free.
That's right. Consultation is free. And with checks also are the cases of personal injury. And in those cases, you are also entitled to several different payments, including, for example, the first $10,000 in medical. You will be entitled to it. That is PIP. That is your own insurance, which is personal injury protection. And unlike workers' compensation, where your medical bills are being paid by your employer's insurance, correct, Attorney Rodriguez?
That's right. Workers' comp pays for it.
And they pay for those checks. In the personal injury case, your own insurance pays your medical bills up to the first $10,000 minus any deductible. Now, Attorney Garcia, it's never easy to explain to people why their own insurance has to pay the medical bills. But that's the law. And Absolutely. It's the law that if you're getting, less than what you need to be paid in these minimum wages cases, that you need to get paid as well, correct?
Absolutely. The law sometimes it doesn't make sense maybe to some individuals, especially, they're my employers, I can't go against them, especially with the workman's comp, but that's not true. The law is here for you and to use to your advantage. So you should seek proper guidance from legal counsel who understands the area of the law, and know that the point of settlements in these personal injury cases is that, if your insurance is paying for these bills, they need to be properly compensated. So you need an attorney who will go through your insurance bills and properly compensate both you and the insurance if need be.
Right. Attorney Garcia, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, PraDa Law, the number's on the screen, 888-88-LEGAL. Give us the call. We have attorneys all over the states ready to just, and willing to help you. So give us a call. The number is 888-88-LEGAL.
Thank you, Jackie. And I know we're going to be coming up on our first commercial break, but talking about settlement, when we get back, I want Attorney Rodriguez to explain to us a little bit about these settlements. The correlation between workers' compensation and how those claims work and personal injury are very, very similar, in that one of the things we look at in personal injury is not just the actual damages that you have in front of you, in other words, the actual personal injury that you have, but also what that care and what your life is going to look like now in the future based on those injuries. So oftentimes we have people say, I'm okay, I'm not hurt. But if you've ever been in an accident, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it could be days, even months, before you realize that you are actually in pain. So I want to come back after the break, discuss settlement, discuss how long you have to bring forth these claims against not just insurance companies, but your workers' compensation insurance company as well. We'll be back after the break.
I know you're home right now asking yourself, how? How will I pay my rent, my mortgage, my bills, my credit card debt? I'm attorney Alexis Garcia with PraDa Law. I've personally helped people with financial problems over the last 10 years. I understand what you are going through. We saw people lose it all in the 2008 financial crisis. You don't have to lose it all. The consultation is free. Call us now. I will help protect what you have built. You have nothing to lose by calling us. Call us now. These are trying times. This deadly virus is affecting our health, economy, jobs, our small business owners. Bankruptcy protection may be able to save assets and immediately stop your creditors from harassing you. Small business owners, employees of business of any size, we know you need help. Call us now. We will help you get back on your feet. Don't wait until it's too late. This is the time to call.
Sé que estás en la casa ahora mismo preguntándote, ¿cómo? ¿Cómo voy a pagar la hipoteca, la renta, los biles, las tarjetas de crédito? Soy la abogada Jennifer Pratt con PraDa Law. Yo personalmente he ayudado a las personas con problemas financieros durante los últimos 10 años. Yo entiendo por lo que estás pasando. Vimos cómo la gente lo perdió todo durante la crisis financiera de 2008. No tienes que perderlo todo. Llama ahora. La consulta es gratis. Te ayudaremos a proteger todo lo que has construido durante todos estos años. Sabemos que estos son tiempos difíciles. Este virus mortal está amenazando nuestra salud, nuestra economía, nuestros empleos y a los propietarios de nuestras pequeñas empresas. La consulta es gratis. Llame ahora. Te ayudaremos a recuperarte. No esperes hasta que sea demasiado tarde. Llame ya.
Hello and welcome back to PraDa Law Live. Once again, I'm your host, Jackie Mendez. And ladies and gentlemen, there is a number on your screen. If you are watching this program right now, give it a call, 888-LEGAL. Let us help you with anything to do with bankruptcy, workman's comp. We're here with Attorney Garcia, Attorney Pratt, and Attorney Rodriguez, and we're going to get right into it once again.
Thank you, Jackie. And that's right. We've been talking about the free show. All the cases that we're discussing today are cases that you do not have to pay anything up front. You come to our office. We provide a free consultation. We sign you up. We investigate your case, and we look forward to helping you. And the only way you owe us anything is if we're able to collect for you. And before the break, we were discussing settlements, right? At the end of the day, this is all about compensating you for your injuries, for your damages, whether it be on the labor side or on the personal injury side or workers' compensation. And Attorney Rodriguez, in addition to the payments that the individual can receive for both medical payments and their actual wages, there's also settlements that they can get as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's good that you brought that up, because we're going to tell you about it, because the insurance adjusters and the workers' comp insurance companies are not going to tell you about it. So before working for the injured worker for the last 23 years, I first started working for an insurance defense firm where we worked on cases, evaluated the cases. So I know how these insurance companies think about settlement. They want to send you to a doctor, get you back to work as quick as possible, and not pay you anything to settle your case. So it's important that you know that you can settle your case. The way they structure those settlements, the way they value those settlements is based on your future medical care and those future checks. So your case has a value. Those settlements are tax-free. It's your one chance to get a lump sum settlement put in your pocket to close out your case and get your life back on track. So it's important that you hire an experienced attorney who specializes in workers' compensation to manage your case and get you the best settlement possible.
That's right, Attorney Rodriguez, thank you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, 888-88-LEGAL. Give us a call. You have nothing to lose.
That's right, Jackie. And like Attorney Rodriguez just mentioned to us, you know, it's really important for people to understand this. The insurance company is not going to tell you. In fact, Attorney Rodriguez, I want to talk about a case that we've been discussing at the office whereby this individual was injured at work, and when they showed up to the medical appointment, there was someone there from the insurance company, and what the client is telling us is that they were literally advised, literally told, do not get an attorney. Do not waste your time. We're doing everything for you. We are bringing you here. We are giving you a ride. What more do you want from us? And I think that that's why, because they don't want to talk about the settlement part. Isn't that right, Attorney Rodriguez?
That's part of it, but they also don't want an attorney that's going to file things against the insurance company, because there's certain time frames that they have to respond. And if they don't respond correctly, then the attorneys have a fee based on their work that the client does not have to pay for. So when you hire an attorney, you're basically hiring an advocate on your side that's going to fight for you, it's going to fight for your benefits, it's going to fight for your case. So these insurance companies don't want someone with the knowledge, with the experience, with the know-how on what they're supposed to do, and try to get away with basically not paying benefits and paying as little as possible on these cases.
Right. Let PraDa Law be your advocate, ladies and gentlemen. 888-88-LEGAL. The call is free. The consultation is free. We have offices all over the United States. Attorneys ready and willing to help you. So let us help you. Give us a call, 888-88-LEGAL.
You know, and this is nothing new. When you have a personal injury case where you've been in a car accident, oftentimes within hours, if not sometimes minutes, you're going to get a call from the other person's insurance company. And one of the things that they're going to try to do is get you to sign what's called a release. And oftentimes they'll disguise that release under a property damage release, where they'll say, oh, you're just releasing us because we're going to fix your car. But somewhere in that release, you're also releasing any claims you may have for bodily injury. And in the moment, oftentimes in that, you know, moment of shock, and accidents happen very quickly. If you've ever been in one, you know what I'm saying. It's just something really fast and you're in shock. You may go ahead and sign something because at that very moment, you may not feel pain, and all you want is to just fix your car. That's the number one thing in your mind. Not knowing that the next day you may wake up with a lot of pain and having foregone perhaps an unlimited amount of policy limits on the other side. So it's very important that you don't sign anything, that you don't agree to anything, and that you allow an attorney like our office to review the documentation. And to bring in labor, Attorney Garcia, it's also true that oftentimes our employers may tell us, you don't need an attorney. What are you going to get an attorney for? We feel bad. We don't want to go against our employer. But the reality is, Attorney Garcia, that if they're not adhering to the law, they are not just breaking the law, but also taking advantage of their employee.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The labor law, the Fair Labor Standards Act, it sets minimums for these employers. Okay, it's not asking for too much. It's requiring employers pay you a minimum wage. That is all. It is requiring that these employers pay you time and a half if you work more than 40 hours a week. Well, we know overtime. What that is if the law has set a work week at 40 hours.
Got it.
So if you work more than 40 hours, you're entitled to time and a half. And a lot of the time, your employers won't pay you that time and a half. You'll just, get the extra hours you work, but that's not proper. So if you're paid $10 and you go over 40 hours, any hour over 40, you should be getting paid $15.
Got it.
So that needs to be applied properly. And these employers need to keep records of this as well, because what I love about these cases is in most cases, when you bring a case as a plaintiff, you have to prove it exactly, every penny you're owed. In these cases, as the plaintiff, you don't prove it. All you have to do is explain that you haven't been paid, and your employer, the defendant, has to bring their records, and they have to prove that they did pay you.
Wow. Very informative. Thank you, Attorney Garcia. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this program, we are PraDa Law Live, and there's a number on your screen. Give it a call, 888-88-LEGAL. Let us help you.
And we're going to be leaving for a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back. And when we come back, I want to talk to Attorney Rodriguez about how long do you need to be working at your job in order to establish a workers' compensation claim, and what are the statutes of limitations, and what are some of the things that are the legal nuances when you're bringing forth these claims. We'll be right back. Stay tuned, because we have a lot more information about all these free cases.
I know you're home right now asking yourself, how? How will I pay my rent, my mortgage, my bills, my credit card debt? I'm attorney Alexis Garcia with PraDa Law. I've personally helped people with financial problems over the last 10 years. I understand what you are going through. We saw people lose it all in the 2008 financial crisis. You don't have to lose it all. The consultation is free. Call us now. I will help protect what you have built. You have nothing to lose by calling us. Call us now. These are trying times. This deadly virus is affecting our health, economy, jobs, our small business owners. Bankruptcy protection may be able to save assets and immediately stop your creditors from harassing you. Small business owners, employees of business of any size, we know you need help. Call us now. We will help you get back on your feet. Don't wait until it's too late. This is the time to call.
Sé que estás en la casa ahora mismo preguntándote, ¿cómo voy a pagar la hipoteca, la renta, los biles, las tarjetas de crédito? Soy la abogada Jennifer Pratt con PraDa Law. Yo personalmente he ayudado a las personas con problemas financieros durante los últimos 10 años. Yo entiendo por lo que estás pasando. Vimos cómo la gente lo perdió todo durante la crisis financiera del 2008. No tienes que perderlo todo. Llama ahora. La consulta es gratis. Te ayudaremos a proteger todo lo que has construido durante todos estos años. Sabemos que estos son tiempos difíciles. Este virus mortal está amenazando nuestra salud, nuestra economía, nuestros empleos y a los propietarios de nuestras pequeñas empresas. La consulta es gratis. Llame ahora. Te ayudaremos a recuperarte. No esperes hasta que sea demasiado tarde. Llame ya.
Hello and welcome back to PraDa Law Live. I'm your host, Jackie Mendez. Today's show has been very, very informative. We've been talking labor laws. We've been also talking workman's comp with Attorney Rodriguez. And I'm going to go ahead and first I want to remind you guys before I take it over to Jennifer is that there's a number on your screen. Once again, 888-88-LEGAL. Give us a call. That call and consultation will be free. So
That's right, because this is not just free calls and free consultation, but today you happen to stumble upon the free show, and we're very excited to be here. We've been talking workers' compensation, and let me tell you, workers' compensation is a particular niche. It's not something that all attorneys know how to do. I'll be honest, I've handled various different areas of the law, and this is one that's very particular that I would not entrust just anyone with. And we're very fortunate to have an attorney like Attorney Rodriguez here with us, someone who has, nearly, I think, over 20 years of experience in just doing and handling these kinds of cases. And experience in any sort of legal area is so important because, the more you've seen, the more you've litigated, the more that's come at you, the better prepared and better, more competent counsel that you will have. So before the break, we were talking about the types. I wanted to bring Attorney Rodriguez in to talk about the types of employees that qualify for workers' compensation. Right now, with a lot of people getting their hours reduced, does it matter if you're part-time, full-time? Does it matter if you're working at home? What are some of the qualifying factors to be able to file a workers' compensation claim? Obviously, you have to be injured, right?
Correct.
On the job.
Right, on the job. But the interesting thing, it doesn't even have to be the other person's fault. You could be at fault. You could have caused the accident. You could have been driving the forklift, and instead of making a left, not paying attention, you made a right, and you hit a wall and you got hurt. You still have a case. So unlike car accidents or slip and falls, where you have to prove the other party was at fault, with the workers' comp case, it's strict liability. You got hurt on the job, on the clock, doing what you're supposed to be doing. You have a case. And that's why it's important to know what your rights are. It doesn't matter if you're part-time, doesn't matter if you're full-time. If you work for an employer and the employer has 4 or more employees, then you are entitled to workers' comp benefits. It's that simple. They got to pay all your medical bills, they got to pay your checks every week, and we're going to help you negotiate and get a big settlement in your pocket. But you got to call us. Again, this is the free show. The consultation's free. The call is free. And we're here to work for you.
That's right, Attorney Rodriguez. The consultation is free. The call is free. So give us a call. You deserve to know your rights. And we have professional attorneys here at PraDa Law Live.
And it makes total sense that all we want is to put big settlement checks into your pocket because, again, we don't get paid unless you get paid. So we have an incentive to try to get you as big a settlement as possible to fight for you. We are incurring the cost up front. We are incurring the attorney time, everything. Like Attorney Dama says, it's like we're a partnership here. We're working together. And with that being said, I want to touch briefly. I know I can't believe it. The show is almost over. But I want to touch briefly for those folks that want to bring forth, Attorney Garcia, any sort of labor claim, talking about overtime, minimum wage. Are there some qualifying factors? Yes. What kind of employees are eligible to bring these claims?
So first you have what you call exempt employees, who would be employees who don't count.
We don't like that.
Right. No, and it's there's ways around it, and your employers are going to be tricky and try to make you an exempt employee when you're not. For example, if you're a 1099, you're an exempt employee. If you have a salary, you're exempt. And if you can hire or fire, if you're a manager, you're exempt.
But isn't it true that there are oftentimes various times where the person is a 1099, but they're actually miscategorized?
That's why then you have to go into a test within the non-exempt to see, okay, especially with the managerial. Can you actually hire and fire? They may call you a manager, but if you can't make those calls, you're not a manager, okay? For salary employees, if your salary is below a standard, even though your salary, you still qualify for FLSA. So don't feel like, oh, I'm a manager, I won't qualify for this. No, call us, see an attorney. Let us really apply these tests to see if even though you're labeled something, that label is just there so you think you don't have rights.
Wow, Attorney Garcia, thank you so much. Very, very informative. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the call is free, the consultation is free. The number is 888-88-LEGAL. Give us a call. We really want to hear from you. We want to be able to help you. And I'm going to take it over to Jennifer one more time.
Thank you, Jackie. Attorney Rodriguez, you were also discussing, and I know we've talked about it, but this is more relevant today than ever, which is people that work from home. I know we're almost wrapping up the show, but please talk to the men and women. I mean, I called the insurance company the other day, I think Geico, and I could clearly hear the children's TV show in the background. He was clearly working from home. What about those folks? They qualify?
Absolutely. And more and more people are working from home because of this COVID. I think offices are going to start downsizing. It's going to be the new norm to work from home. So if you're at home and you're setting up your home office and you get injured, that's the case. If you're having to move furniture because, again, you're setting up your monitor, your computer, and you throw out your back, that's a workers' comp case. So anything and everything that's happening in your house while you're working, while you're in the clock, If you sustain an injury, you have a workers' comp case. It's as simple as that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you guys so much for joining our program. Once again, the consultation is free. The call is free. I'd like to thank all of our attorneys for being here today. This is PraDa Law Live, and I'm your host, Jackie Mendez, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jackie. I didn't mean to interrupt. Thank you so much. Thank you to the panel. Guys, this is the free show. Give us a call. Labor cases, anything. Give us a call. The number's on the screen. We'll see you next time.